continues to pour in after the DOJ recommended no jail time for the former LMPD detective convicted in the Breonna Taylor raids. Brett Hankinson was convicted of violating Taylor's civil rights when he fired into her apartment during a botched police raid in 2020. Activists we spoke with calling the recommended sentence an insult to Taylor and her family.
Well, I think you can't explain the unexplainable. It's unexplainable because we know it's just not possible that you can come to a verdict like that when you know someone's guilty. The judge said he's guilty, the jury said he's guilty, but yet he served no time.
And tonight we were there as activists gathered to honor civil rights leader John Lewis, the so-called Good Trouble protest, marking 5 years since his death. The night team's Clarice Shaley and photojournalist Emma Gefter spoke with those gathered about the sentencing and their continued fight for justice.
The people, united, will never be divided. I want my grandchildren to live in a country that they can be proud of, and right now this is not a country that we can be proud of.
Standing at the steps of the federal building with the cause.
What can we do? Being here is one small thing we can do.
Louisvillians honored the late civil rights leader and U.S. Representative John Lewis along a nationwide showing.
Democracy demands good trouble!
And what we're doing here, we're forming a human chain. And we're seeing how far we can stretch because that shows support.
Even in the rain, these people hold strong in their push for a better America. This on the same day the Department of Justice recommends no jail time for Brett Hankinson. The former LMPD officer was found guilty by a federal jury to have violated Breonna Taylor's civil rights by using excessive force and firing shots into her apartment in 2020. The DOJ recommends Hankinson be sentenced to 3 years supervised probation. Reasons include a lack of criminal history, PTSD from media surrounding his trial, and as an officer, he could be exposed to abuse in prison, in a case that brought Louisville to the streets.
Every time we think something's bad, and that's the worst it can be, then something else pops in.
It's a real slap in the face. I feel like the hands of time turned back.
I am not at all shocked with this Department of Justice that we are currently under.
Chanel Helm with Black Lives Matter Louisville says the city is tired of pushing for change that comes, especially when it comes to police reform.
They can write as many standard operating procedures as they want to and have as many boards, they can have as many foundations, but when it comes to like what treatment and what is equated to our communities, we don't see that.
Tired but refusing to back down.
I'm not going anywhere. I'll be right here with my son.
I'm Clarice Shaley for the WHAS 11 Night Team on your side.
In a statement, Craig Greenberg voiced his opposition to the recommended sentence, saying Hankinson's actions weren't serious prison time, saying in part, since the tragic death of Breonna Taylor, Louisville has taken significant steps toward healing and reform. Our community has shown resilience and shared commitment to justice, and that work is far from over. Meanwhile, for John Mattingly, the development is refreshing. Mattingly is retired LMPD sergeant who was shot in the leg by Taylor's boyfriend the night of the raid. He said the trial and going through the process was punishment enough for Brett Hankinson.
We saw this back when they first started, when they dropped all the lawsuits against cities for the consent decrees, including Louisville. So you knew we were moving in the right direction as far as at least trying to get on the right path back to common sense.
And Hankinson is scheduled to appear in federal court Monday for sentencing.